Hello, everyone. This is Jojo, and I know I spent a lot of time discussing the, the Arjuna PT2024 asteroid, which caught in our Earth Sun Moon orbit back in September. And September, October, November, for 50 days, it stayed with us. Excuse me. And it recently left as of November 25th. I'm not going to go really deep into too much details about, what it did, and things that happened. If you reflect on it, that's all I could ask. If you have a spiritual connection and you want to reflect on your last 50 days between September and November 25th. Look at some pictures, peruse your Facebook, do whatever you do to kind of reflect back on if things were any different, if the world was any different. I mean, the world was very different, but the world is always different. So I'm not going to push any kind of astrological opinion in that direction. I'm very logical when it comes to astrology. I've been studying astrology since I was 14. I'm 35. Very good at it. I love it. It makes sense. Even if I don't like it, sometimes it's still correct. It corrects me. It it helps me reflect and understand that I am not the master. I'm not the God. I'm just one of the God, you know? And, in my spiritual practice of what I call Buddhism, the idea is no self. The less self, the more natural one becomes. So I made this great picture using AI. AI is pretty wicked. So I want to share it. Excuse me. Arjuna is a really unique character in a very epic story where he is extremely loyal, yeah, in the Mahabharata, and he's a soldier. He's a commander. He's one of the best warriors in the world. Just before this incredible battle, he doubts. Right? Like everyone should. They should have healthy doubt. And he has this conversation with Shiva, with the commander of commanders, the god of gods. He asks him these amazing questions, and eventually he comes to this understanding that he alone cannot complete the mission, and he receives this incredible tool, which is bound by truth. It's bow and arrow, and he finally receives it, which gives him the ability to fight with valor, precision, and perfection. Because Shiva doesn't give him the direct method of saying, "Hey, you have to kill, you have to do this battle." He questions the questioner, right? They go into this amazing conversation where Arjuna has to understand the ultimate higher purpose of what he's doing, and it shakes us because it's war, death. It's something incredibly unrealistic to the idea of compassion and love. Put yourself in this position. It's you or me or them or us, and there's no reason I need to explain my position on not good or bad, evil. It doesn't matter. The idea here is that, I'm going to go back to this, is we had a visitor, asteroid PT2024, otherwise known as Arjuna, from the Arjuna Asteroid Belt, which lives in our solar system. And this celestial being had the power, will, and force to enter the orbit of Earth, amongst all the other incredibly, mind-boggling things that surround the planet Earth. And I just want to show one one really cool piece of astrology that I think really keynotes what I'm kind of hinting at. So this is November 22, right? And amazingly, at the same time, in the age of entering Aquarius, Pluto, the most important planet, whether you like to call it a planet or not, the farthest reaching object which we are connected to, call it the crown of the planetary body, shifted into Aquarius from Capricorn, where it's been for like 16 to 36 years, like super long time. It could be hundreds of years. I don't have my data at the moment. It's pretty late, but I just wanted to show, like, right at the very end of Arjuna, which is not here. Sorry, you can't see it because I guess we didn't want to recognize it. Its size was very small, so that's okay. Whatever, science, be what you want. But there's always these aspects, right? And so that's these blue lines, blue or red, which are all kinds of angles. And the stronger the angle, they illuminate, and that's light bouncing off of the universe. And what I think is really special is right at the very end of Arjuna's cycle with us, from November 22nd, you have this. Okay. There's no direct aspects. There's like a silence. It's like a universal silence. And that happened on the tail end of whatever time on the 22nd. This is Greenwich Universal Time in the UK. And on the 23rd, you have this silence across the universe. And on the 24th, the same thing. Like, dude, that doesn't happen. Sorry, as an astrologer, this doesn't happen. So I assume that it was so unique in releasing orbit that the celestial solar consciousness stopped to reflect, to witness the universe witnessing. That's what this looks like. 22, and then boom, 23rd, silence. 24, yeah, 3 days of no direct aspects. Like 2.5 days, 23, 24, 25. Venus in Capricorn makes an opposition to Lilith in Gemini. No, in Libra, I'm very sorry, in Libra. And Rahu injunction the moon makes a sextile with the sun in Sagittarius. Basically, like, really, I'm sorry to say, this as an astrologer, I was giving my direct opinion. It's back to battle, you know. But luckily, these signs in Libra are pretty at bay, which is great. And then on the 26th, Leo, Mars and Leo, which is really something going on right now. I'll get it in my next video. When Mars makes this is a really, let's see, Mars and Leo. I'll do this directly with you now. We see that Mars is there's only one sign with Mars, and it's in opposition to Pluto. Doesn't even talk about this. It's like it doesn't exist. It makes an opposition with Pluto. Recognize the closest to the sun, Mars, farthest from the sun, Pluto, as we get back to, the way things are. It's just the way they are. So, man, having a spiritual life is not easy. It's just not. It brings up a lot of things, and it makes things difficult in different ways because, excuse me, we choose as a spiritual practitioner to doubt, to accept, to question harness selves. And so I really just want to thank Arjuna, excuse me, for having my life. Thank you. Destroy Arjuna Bell. See you again next time. I think like in years, 2,600 years from now, or randomly. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Watch it.